cover my neck before he snatched mine from me too. Okay, he came for Jacob's neck and snatched that bitch up.
Lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
I'm 13. Not Barbara Dean's heart.
With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you.
I myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in heat. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. Baby, let's talk about Beyond the Gates, because today it felt like a Friday episode. It was very messy. Okay, let's talk about it, y'all. And hey to all the new people that's over here talking with me and vibing with me. Because I be doing these recaps. I see y'all. I appreciate y'all. I try to talk back as much as possible. If you want to see me do the live like watch along and review of the show, I come over here and do recaps. But if you want to be involved in the live watch along and review, I'm live Monday through Fridays on my YouTube channel and my Twitch, but I might not be live this Monday. But let's get into it. Okay. Elon came for Jacob's neck. Okay, so much so I had to cover mine. I was like, oh my god, let me cover my neck before he snatched mine from me too. Okay, he came for Jacob's neck and snatched that bitch up. Okay, had him by the neck meat. That's how he snatched him by his neck and grabbed it and held on to it figuratively, not literally. Elon had came down to the casino to basically let Joey know, listen, I like being chief of police. I'm going to stay chief of police. And that whole thing in Stan's part, it DEAD. Ain't nobody opening the case no more. It's over. It's done. And I just had to let you know because I'm trying to keep my job. Okay? And also what happened 2 years ago, I have nothing to do with that. I don't even know what you're talking about. 2 years ago, where was I? It was at home. Where was I? Up in bed with who? My wife. I don't know what you're talking about. I like staying chief of police. And Joey's like, I like you being chief of police. Ain't nothing wrong with you. And Ann walked Jacob, and he was like, the chief of police and the dirtiest player in the DMV. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not. So Joey ends up giving him the room, and Jacob is calling Elon a crooked cop, going in on him, and Elon said, not today, bitch. Not today. Okay, Elon had put his nuts on the table and told Jacob, and so many times, you didn't arrest your mother-in-law when she was wheeling a un around at a wedding, okay? And almost took the groom and the bride out. You didn't do that. And the day you talked to me after it happened, you felt some type of way. And I told you, don't feel no type of way because you have responsibilities to your wife, your family, and the job. Okay, I told you not to feel any type of way. Sometimes this picture perfect idea what we think of being a cop is not what it is. This idea of justice being black and white is not what it is because there's a gray area, and you need to back the boys in blue. It's up 12, okay, up 12 over here. That's how I feel. Jacob is such a Boy Scout. He was going in, or how you could have arrested Nicole Richardson, but you and her husband had a workaround so she didn't have to get arrested. I could have you brought up on charges for all the egregious things that you have done in the last several months. So let me tell you this. The Stance Park thing, over, done. Don't look into it no more or we're going to have a problem. And you're going to be riding the desk for a while. I said, my God. Like he was going in on Jacob. Didn't let up off of him. Was telling him, you don't know who you think you're talking to. Okay? You my son. I love you. Sometimes I'm proud of you. I said, sometimes I'm proud of you. But right now, basically, mind your motherfucking business. Do what I tell you to do. And if you don't like it, I don't care because I'm going to have you arrested if you keep playing with me. That's basically what this was. Vanessa is over here talking to Boozy Susie Doug. Okay, booze bag. Boozy Central. He is over here. He been drinking. He's day drinking. And Vanessa is telling him, you need to be careful. You need to calm down with the threats when it comes to Joey. He has your car bugged. What do you mean he has my car bugged? And she was like, he heard the conversation that you had about snitching on him. He knows you don't have a job no more. Okay, you need to calm down on everything you doing. Stop in the name of you want your life, okay? And he over here getting upset about Ted, my friend. He cheated on his wife. He had a secret woman and a secret child all this time. He can't tell me nothing about myself. He didn't back me up. And it's just like, no, 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 no. He was trying to back you up. But you got egregious. You got beside yourself and decided to quit your job because you felt like the people didn't appreciate your talents. And flat hair Vanessa had to let him know the reason why you decided to quit your job and the reason why Ted was asking questions and the board was asking questions is because your raggedy ass was over here putting patients in the hospital, and I might say the staff at risk with the behaviors that you were doing. Your hands shaking because you can't gamble and you trying to wean yourself off of it. Then you out here being a boozy Susie, okay, a run around Sue, okay. Listen, you doing all of this, yeah, yuck. He's telling Vanessa, okay, I'll guard myself and everything. I'll be more careful, but you should be more careful too. You need to get from out of this whole thing with him. Like, you need to stop. And she was like, first of all, I want this to be reminded to the people in the back. The reason why flat hair Vanessa is working with Joey in any capacity before she started bumping and grinding and getting that back cracked like a glow stick and getting rug burn on her ass from that poker table is because you went into gambling debt and needed a way to pay him back, and he was using your wife before they did anything. This is how all this happened. And she was like, well, I can't do that. Honestly, she wants to be a mob wife really badly, but she can't do it because because he suggested selling her business. She was like, my business? Hell no. Let's be clear on something. I could still be implicated, and I've done the research. If I get caught up for money laundering, which is a federal crime, she's going to jail for 20 years. Do you want me to go to jail for 20 years? And he was like, no, I love you. I love the kids, and I would never do that to you. So he ends up going to get a new phone, and he calls Randy. Randy is back to town. Why the hell is Randy back to town? We're going to get on that. Vanessa goes down and tell Joey that she got Doug in line. He ain't going to do nothing no more. Ashley, Vanilla Bean, and Naomi are putting two and two together when it comes to this whole thing. Ashley doesn't break HIPAA, but she tells Naomi about an interesting case. And Naomi was like, but it makes no sense why she wouldn't get an ultrasound, but then had an ultrasound. And Ashley was like, well, she didn't get an ultrasound, but she talked to me like she had one. And I'm starting to believe what your mother was saying when she said there was no baby. They didn't even get to talk about what's going on with, Andre, Vanilla Bean, and Derek, because Naomi was like, she's about to go get to the bottom of this and figure it out. But, Naomi was like, why would she fake a pregnancy to hold on to my father? They're so in love. And it's just like, you weren't paying attention to everything that was happening when your father had the stroke. He was very appreciative of your mother. And the first time around, she tried to fake a miscarriage when he apologized to Danny and was getting back good with her. Girl, pay attention to the signs. So she go down there to talk to, Triple H. Now, Triple H is telling Danny, because Danny is like, let me take you to the hospital. You need help. Let me take you. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't feel safe with you. You need to stay away from me, BITCH. Like, she's doing all this in public. But listen, you went into the bathroom. You came out the bathroom bleeding. Danny, very much in public, was sitting there minding her own goddamn business until you came out. Everybody in public sees her trying to help you and offer help and knows she didn't go into that bathroom with you because she's been sitting at this table this entire time. So when Danny offered to take her to the hospital, she said, I don't want to go with you. I would rather go with a stranger. Because she was like, I'll call 911. It'll take too long. Well, y'all give me some towels. I'm going to take her in my car. I don't want to go with you. I'll take the stranger. She points to Randy. What is Randy doing here? What is the connection? Is this his baby mama? Are y'all married? Are y'all brother and sister? You hoes is scamming. I know that. I could clock a scam from a county away. Stop playing with me. So Randy takes her, and Danny is like, well, let me follow, let me go. Bill wants you to have somebody with you to make sure you're safe instead of going with a stranger. She was like, he would want me safe, but you're not safe. I don't feel safe with you. So she goes with Randy. They claim they're going to the ER. She don't go to the ER. She's at home. When Naomi pulls up, she's at home sitting on the couch on the tablet doing whatever. And when Naomi asks her about the ultrasound, she tries to claim like Ashley broke HIPAA, and she was like, no, that's not it. So why didn't you get an ultrasound? Danny sees that Triple H left her purse and sees a missed call from Evil Genuine. So she calls Evil Genuine, runs it down to him, and she was like, you know me. I don't care how much I don't like the mother of an innocent child. I would never do anything to hurt them. I tried to go with her. She didn't want to go with me. And she tells him everything. Randy comes back in to get the purse and tells Danny to stay away and that you need to make sure she doesn't lose this baby and da 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 da. Danny's like, yeah. And at the end of it, Danny's at the bar crying, and she has messages from Andre. Andre finna go break her heart, and it's just like, child, y'all not about to blame my good sis. Y'all not about to blame Danny for this. So while everybody is in the Hamilton household asking questions, Evil Genuine comes in and she's like, "What you're doing here? You're supposed to be in Atlanta." And she was like, "Danny called me and told me what happened. I went to the ER. They said you had already left. What happened?" And she drops the BOMB and says, "I lost a baby." And I was like, "There was never a baby. What is going on with this Randy situation? I need to know."